March 1938, Daegu, Korea. Lee Byung-chul opens a small trading shop with $25. His inventory? Dried fish, vegetables, and noodles shipped to Manchuria. 86 years later, that dried fish company generated $211 billion in revenue, one of the largest tech companies on Earth. Let's establish a baseline. 1953, the Korean War ends. South Korea's GDP per capita is $67. For context, Ghana's per capita income was $79. The Philippines, $112. South Korea was among the poorest nations on Earth. No natural resources, no industrial base. Population was largely illiterate. Every economic model predicted permanent underdevelopment. The Korean government made a controversial choice. Rather than distribute economic opportunity broadly, they concentrated resources into family-controlled conglomerates called cabal: Samsung, Hyundai, LG. These groups received government loans, subsidies, and protection from foreign competition. In exchange, one requirement: export domination. Learn from foreign competitors, copy them, improve them, and beat them at scale. Here's what conventional wisdom gets backwards every time. Silicon Valley worships fast mover advantage. Be the pioneer, invent the category, disrupt the market. Samsung took the opposite approach, the fast follower doctrine. This isn't copying, this is disciplined study. Let competitors burn cash on R&D dead ends. Let them educate the market. Let them make the expensive mistakes. Then enter with superior execution, manufacturing efficiency, and price advantage. Learn what works. Fail fast on your version. Dominate through operational excellence. Case study: memory chips. Intel invented DRAM in 1970. They dominated the market through the 70s. Samsung didn't enter until 1983, 13 years behind the first mover. Intel's strategy was innovation first, constant new architectures, premium pricing, and American manufacturing. Samsung's counter? License the technology, reverse engineer the rest. Build a manufacturing capacity in Korea with lower labor cost, undercut on price, and outspend on capacity expansion. By 1992, Samsung overtook Intel as the world's largest memory chip producer. By 2024, Samsung's semiconductor revenue was $66.5 billion. Market share, 10.5%. And they were number one globally. 2007, Apple launches the iPhone, a new device, a new category, and total market disruption. Samsung's response? Not immediate copying, careful study. They watched which features consumers valued, which premium components drove satisfaction, which margins Apple commanded. Then executed: Android partnership, OLED displays, multiple form factors, aggressive pricing tiers, global distribution muscle. Today, Samsung ships more smartphones annually than Apple, not through innovation, through execution. Here's the secret behind the fast follower success: vertical integration at absurd scale. Samsung doesn't just make phones, they make displays, memory chips, camera sensors, batteries. When Apple designs an iPhone, who supplies the OLED screen? Samsung. The DRAM? Samsung. The NAND flash storage? Also Samsung. 3 advantages. 1 is cost control, no supplier margin stacking. 2 is quality control, no dependency on external timelines. And 3 is competitive intelligence. You're literally manufacturing your competitors' components. Critics call fast follower a low effort strategy, and the data destroys that narrative. South Korea spends 5.2% of their GDP on R&D, highest in the world. Not second, not top three, but number one. Samsung alone invests over $22 billion annually in research and development. It's not copying, that's engineering dominance. The difference? They're not researching which category to invent. They're researching how to build the existing category better, faster, and cheaper than anyone else. The fast follower advantage compounds in manufacturing. First movers optimize for product market fit. Fast followers optimize for production efficiency. Samsung fab plants run 24/7. Yield rates above 95%. Defect rates measured in parts per million. They've turned manufacturing into a competitive moat. Even if you invented a better chip design, you can't manufacture it at Samsung's cost structure. Even if you designed a better display, you can't produce it at their scale. Operational excellence becomes strategic advantage. Now let's measure the results. In 1953, GDP per capita of $67. Compare that to 2024 of $34,000. That's 500x growth in 70 years. 500. South Korea is now the 10th largest economy globally, 5th largest exporter. They're a developed nation, an OECD member, and a G20 member. From absolute poverty to advanced economy in 2 generations, the Kaibal method, especially Samsung, drove that transformation. Samsung Electronics, 2024 fiscal year, $211 billion in revenue. Semiconductor division, $66.5 billion. Back to number one globally. Number one in memory chips. Number one in OLED displays. Number one in smartphone units shipped. Top 3 in dozens of component categories. They started selling dried fish, and now they supply the technology infrastructure of the modern world. It's not copying, that's domination. Is the Kaibal model perfect? No. Wealth concentration, corruption scandals, labor issues, anti-competitive practices. But here's what matters for this analysis. It achieved the stated objective. Lift an entire nation from poverty to prosperity in record time. The doctrine worked. Extract the doctrine. 3 principles. Learn fast. Don't guess what the market wants. Study who's winning. Reverse engineer their success. Identify which features drive value. Which costs are essential versus waste. Compress their decade of learning into your year of study. Fail quick. Don't fail on whether the category exists. Fail on your own execution. Build prototypes rapidly. Test manufacturing efficiency. Iterate on cost structure. Your failures should be operational, not conceptual. Dominate slow. Samsung took 15 years to overtake Intel in memory, another 15 to achieve global smartphone scale. Play the long game. Compound operational advantages over decades. Why does fast follower beat first mover more often than Silicon Valley admits? First movers face category risk. Will the market exist? Fast followers eliminate that risk. The market is proven. First movers pay for customer education. Fast followers benefit from existing awareness. That's lower marketing cost. First movers explore dead-end R&D. Fast followers focus on R&D proven directions. That's a higher return on research. First movers must be right about the future. Fast followers must execute the present better. That's an easier problem. The Korean miracle wasn't luck, it was doctrine. Strategy executed with discipline over decades. Learn fast, study winners obsessively, fail quick, Perfect execution through rapid iteration. Dominate slow. Play multi-decade games. This is Chapter 9 of Learn Fast, Fail Quick, and Dominate Slow. Act 3, Business and Economic Cases. The full analysis includes political factors, Kyball family dynamics, semiconductor strategy deep dive, and the framework you can apply to your industry. Here's the truth. In business, execution beats innovation almost every time. Samsung proved it. The data proves it. And now you know it. Follow us for more.